games, and we get to a game 7, but we will see. Hero is looking unbeatable.
Okay, so in the bottom right side, he needs your support. If he wins this entire series, it would be one of the biggest comebacks in a Terran versus Protoss in all of StarCraft 2 history. So show your support for Puma.
No, Tasteless, you show yours part first.
In the bottom left, they're both sharing the left side of the map, or the bottom side of the map, excuse me. It's a bumpy intro. Make some noise for Hero. I love you too. So, going into this game, we have the depot at the entrance, and this is not shocking behavior from Puma. I think we've only had one game where he did not wall in, right?
I don't think we had any games where he didn't wall in, actually.
Well, the last game that we had.
Oh. He was starting a wall in.
So, over here we could see that Puma, excuse me, Hero might be going for Nexus first. And we have Puma walling in. And no gases here for Puma so far, so he might be going for quick expand as we see Hero doing the same thing.
Hero going for that Nexus first right now. And he just was looking so good with that before Tasteless. Puma going to go for a fast expansion himself. But, you know, I feel like that one game where they both did these builds, Hero just way outplayed Puma. It seemed like one of his most convincing victories overall.
Yeah, you know, one thing about this map is it's a little bit harder for Protoss to end it right away. On Tal'Darim, you can kill a Terran right away. It has to be a little bit more technical. Not that we were seeing from Puma or, you know, in both openers, Puma and Hero. The kill move from Hero wasn't as technical as some of these other ones, but it was still very hard to pull off. But I got to tell you, you know, he has got to be high on life right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
with this game.
His heart rate is probably off the charts. I don't have that on the computer in front of me, but this is so big for Hero to win a tournament of this size. And look at that, sneaks right past. A lot of information shown. That's all he needs to know. It's a very fast expansion by Puma. So Hero now can decide exactly which type of build he wants to do. Last time in this position, he went for a 4-gate. Will he do it again this time? Might be a bit predictable.
Yeah, you know, then again, he does have the room to try whatever the hell he wants. But if he thinks there's a sliver of a chance it'll win because he has such a massive lead. You know, it is going to be so tough for Puma, especially with Puma's style. If he does a 1-1-1, can you imagine the pressure of that 1-1-1 build working? I mean, if you make any mistake, if you lose the Banshee, the Raven, a few siege tanks, anything goes wrong, you're going to lose. And the question is, do you do that, or do you go for a long, drawn-out macro game, which is going to be a real test of your endurance?
Well, both players actually doing very similar builds after their quick expands. We have, as we see here in the Terran base from Puma, he is teching up pretty quickly. He got double gas after just 2 barracks, getting a reactor and a tech lab, so going to go for some upgrades and a decent amount of units. On the other hand, our Protoss player going for a super quick robo, which will give an observer to go over and scout exactly what's going on.
The bunker is going to make Puma feel safe, although he really doesn't have much to worry about. If he knew that there was a robo on the way here, he probably wouldn't even bother making it. But at the same time, it's going to be tough. You know, he has to make the right decision. And he has to not make any mistakes from this point on because Hero is somebody who is a punisher, Artosis.
And, you know, he may be able to punish very well with this build. An Observer will come out first, but likely he will follow it up with a Warp Prism and start some harassment. And that harassment of Hero can be game-ending at times.
All right, we do have over here, oh, sick, Ghost Academy.
That's right, he wants to learn him some Ghost. Tasteless, he has 2 barracks with tech labs on the way. Looks like he wants to do a Ghost timing where you just kind of scan on top of the Protoss ramp and Shakuris and try to EMP all the sentries, stim, and up you go, kill off that army. But Hero, I think, might be too smart for a build like this.
Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting to see that when he is up against the ropes, when he has got, if he makes one mistake, it's over. To do a build like this, to say, I'm going to get ghosts off 3 barracks. I'm going to do a timing with EMP. And the question now is Hero going to spot this? If he doesn't look everywhere, and I mean everywhere, because this little location down here, that's pretty remote. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on.
Oh, and he sees it! That is huge for Hero. He's going to know exactly what's coming, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, and how to stop it.
He has pylons coming in here, Immortals coming out. He's going to try to get the perfect unit combination. He has a probe over here at the Zanaga Watchtower. And I have to say, I think the build that we're seeing from Puma is one where really it's all about the element of surprise. So he's going to move out. The Ghost is here, and the Ghost, of course, is here because of the surface area. If you follow the box on the screen, that's not a lot of area to try to spread your stuff out with. So he can just do EMP, EMP, EMP here, and there's nothing for the sentries, no force fields, no shields for the Zealots or the Immortals, and the rest of these units kick the front door in and start to kick a lot of ass.
Well, you know, Hero right now rushing up to Colossus, adding 3 more gates as well, so he knows that if he holds this and holds it well, he can hit a counterattack that has the potential to kill Puma. Well, Puma is getting ready. He has his 2 ghosts. They have enough energy. And a nice scan going off. That observer was really up in him before. And ooh, the Ghost just trying to find a good place to EMP.
Note the spread of the sentries. And we see more and more Marines and Marauders coming out here.
This is some amazing dancing, Tasteless, between these 2 armies right now. And a Colossus over halfway done. Puma, in fact, might just go home.
You know, that would be really interesting because out of all the times I see this build, you don't really see somebody just turn around.
Oh, it takes a big man to turn around at that point, to look up there and be like, oh, I'm in a bad spot, but I have to turn around because he is just completely playing perfectly.
Guess who's going to follow him home? He's moving out himself because he has the Colossus. And frankly, the Colossus is the best response to the Ghost because you can EMP a Colossus and it just doesn't care. It just walks away, walks up a hill. So, I don't know. Is Hero going to try to expand again? What is his game plan? Notice the large spread here. No way all of this is going to be EMP'd.
That is very true. And in fact, Puma being kind of interesting with his unit movements right now. Is he going to actually just make a command center up here? Sees the probe, and that will show him the pylon as well. Of course, that will slow down any attacks that Hero may have been thinking about making. And I got to tell you, Thermal Lance and the second Colossus finishing up, we are definitely going to see Hero move out and get offensive.
Hero playing so perfectly, getting the Twilight Council. Oh, the Marine... He's going to have a very good idea of what's going on here. He sees the pylon, he sees the probe. That's enough information to say, okay, you're going to get a Nexus. Now, maybe if Hero's super smart, he doesn't do anything at all. He leaves the probe there and just keeps making attacking units. Notice where the factory is, out here in the middle of the map. That's to bait out attacks that may hit the factory instead of the army. What will he do? Where will he attack?
Oh, my God. Puma's set up for a flank, Tasteless, just like in that one game he won first on Metalopolis. And here he comes. Will we have enough force fields to stop that army coming right up? Beautiful EMPs. But does Puma have enough to get through these 2 Colossi?
You know what? It's not clear that he does. The Colossi does finally go down, and Immortal goes down. The Zealots are coming back around, but I don't know. I think Puma's in a lot of trouble here. It is only Zealots, so I suppose theoretically, if he micros these Marauders forever, the Zealots will eventually die. Meanwhile, the Nexus going up here for Hero. Puma in a lot of trouble.
He certainly is. He's lost a lot here. The Zealots, though, will be taken out. Puma with some beautiful micro there. Just pure Zealots, not able to take out those Marauders.
Okay, so the Observer's moving out. And he's going to see that, in fact, Puma can actually bounce back. Take a look at the supplies, guys. It is actually basically even. It's the additional base that's scary. So in this back and forth game, he's going to try to turn around and do his own damage to his opponent. and try to take out this third base. He needs to scan. Nice. Takes out the observer. Lights out for Protoss.
Well, he wants to pick off those ghosts if at all possible. Send off one volley. And Hero is playing very smartly right now. He actually canceled a Colossus and went for Immortals instead, knowing that there's already Vikings out. I am loving the play of Hero. His third Nexus is going to finish pretty soon while he continues to micro these Stalkers. And Hero's Stalkers just never die, Tasteless.
The Zealots and the Sentries are out here. He's moving the factory offensively, and I know not all you guys are watch StarCraft all the time. This is to bait out shots from the Stalkers to hit that instead of the army. So he is serious about this. And not enough probe transfer.
I don't know about those probes, man, but here comes the rest of his army and some more probes as well. Puma running up, targeting down that Nexus a little bit and using the high ground to his advantage. But Hero has a lot of units still.
More coming in over here. A game where Hero started out so well. It suddenly looks like Puma can be the comeback king.
Puma with the flanks, just doing such a great job. Going to take down that base, going to take down a lot of probes as well. There were so many probes lost in these battles. Puma was way down on workers, but now it's 40 against 36. And Puma has a big supply lead, 108 to 70.
Okay, we have the Stalkers moving around the map kind of oddly. And I think the question right now for Puma is, do I try to end this? And I think he says to himself, wait a minute, no. I need to play it safe. I need to win this game. I need to win the next game. I need to win the next game after that. And so he decides to chase away these stray Stalkers, but blink away as he is going to try to do some scouting. He wants to get over into this region and see if there's going to be a command center. There is indeed a command center, and he blinks again, and beautiful scouting here by Hero.
And he's going to try to get out with those Stalkers as best he can. The army of Hero still moving through the middle of the map. In fact, he's also getting a Dark Shrine off of 2 base. That's a desperation tactic. It costs a lot of gas, and to get it off of 2 base, oh, it really puts a dent in your economy. We're definitely not going to see him make any more Colossi for quite some time, as the gas used will really mess up his Stalker count.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, looks like he's going to make a pylon here. He may fake an expansion just so that the Terran scans and thinks, oh, there's a probe there. He might actually be trying to expand. He is going to here and hitting the factory. Stim, though, he needs to blink away. He might have heard the sound effect of the stim.
Well, DTs are out on the map. Don't forget that EMP can decloak them temporarily. Puma moving through the center. How many scans does he have?
He has. He's going to have 2 by the time the DTs hit.
Yeah, 2 scans for 2 DTs. Works out pretty well. And Hero's going to be kind of stuck in his base for a little bit right now.
If he gets these ghosts, that would be huge. Okay, here comes 1 DT. The other DT over here. Okay, this DT not moving right now. He has... I'm so shocked he's not EMPing or scanning. Does he have the energy? He doesn't have the energy.
Oh!
Okay, he had the energy. I just wasn't quick on the screen. Sorry, guys. Anyways, this DT over here doing a lot of damage and messing up this expansion. And this is going to buy a little bit of time here for Hero to try to engineer a comeback. Puma's going to come up here and wipe that DT out. But it is a small wrench in the gears of Puma's macro.
Well, right now a 3rd Nexus going up once again. A Templar Archives as well. Looks like he wants to go for a little bit of Psy Storm. He does need some sort of splash damage as the medevac count does rise for Puma. It's going to be hard, though, against the Ghost that he already has out. Right now that factory almost going down. Hero blinking away. He does have a decent army, but better upgrades right now for Puma.
Puma's on top. Hero's kind of hanging on right now. And a nice blink away there. So he's going to try to get an arc here. He can't let him up the ramp, though. He cannot let him up the ramp. He's going for it. Terran retreating down this little entrance over here. And nice turnaround here by Protoss. Actually doing a lot of damage.
Heroes
nice.
A little bit scared to actually engage in there. The force field's hurting the Zealots more than helping them right now. And Puma dealing a huge amount of damage to his army. Puma continuing to come out, but that's going to give the Zealots a lot of area to try to hit all these Marauders and Marines. Nice force fields right there, but does Hero actually have enough?
You have got to be kidding me. These guys are both so good. Now you have more Terran reinforcements over here. The medevacs are still with some energy, But actually, I still can't tell who's going to win this, guys. It looks like barely the Terran army drives him back out, and both